Hey everyone, this is Aim Siddiqui from Zeus Reviews, and today we're going to have a look at the carbon fiber skin for the Samsung Gear 2 Neo. In the box you get the usual stuff. You get your solution spray here, which is primarily for the screen protector, which you would apply right at the front here. And you also get the carbon fiber skins, which are for the back, one piece. It wraps around the edges. You also get the front bottom around the button and also around the IR blaster. And this middle one here is for the metal end of the band here, if you're still using the original Samsung band. I know most people have switched to a leather strap or even fabric straps, so if you don't need that, it's fine. You also get sort of a thank you card saying thank you for choosing, and you can leave a review on their Amazon account. And also an installation guide. So the carbon fiber is dry apply. You don't need to use a solution at all. But for the clear skin protector, you will need to use a solution. So it's recommended that you do that first and you let it dry, and then after a few hours then you apply your dry apply skin. You also get a lint-free black cloth, which you can use to just wipe away any excess solution. I recommend wrapping this around a credit card or something so it's easier to wipe away. Skinomi used to provide this orange wedge here, and that made wiping stuff a lot easier, but they don't ship it anymore, so it's best to just use a credit card and wrap it around this thing. So I'm going to show you how to apply the clear skin protector first, and then after that we'll have a look at the carbon fiber skin. Got my piece here, and of course the Gear 2 Neo. And now the best thing to do here is to, if you're using the original strap or any strap, you can just take it off completely. And you should also power down, even though it doesn't have any openings, it's waterproof and dustproof. You should still shut it down and then disconnect it from the strap, and then we'll apply the screen protector. So let me just do that. Get off the strap, and I've cleaned it using the microfiber cloth, and that is the Gear 2 Neo. So in preparation, I would recommend getting whatever your credit card or orange wedge, if you have one of these, and just placing it on the Skinomi cloth like that, and then just wrapping the cloth around it so it's easier to wipe off the excess solution, like so. Okay, so you'll have like a clear edge here, which you can just use to wipe off any excess solution. Secondly, you're going to use a solution spray. You're going to wet your fingertips. Then you're going to take this off, spray it, and then you're going to apply it directly to the Gear 2 Neo. You are not going to spray the Gear 2 Neo itself, because that would just not be useful. So I'm going to take the cap off, and I'm going to just spray my fingertips. There we go. If you run out of solution, you can just fill it with water and it'll still work. So there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to just take this off like so. Be careful not to get any creases or fingertips. So I'm going to take it off, and then the adhesive side I'm going to spray that. Make sure it's nice and even, and then carefully I'm going to apply it to the Gear 2 Neo. Just going to make sure it lines up properly like that. And you can still move it if you're not sure about its placement. That's a benefit of a wet apply screen protector. And I think that looks fine, so I'm just going to use my cloth here and just wipe away all the excess solution. Try not to get it in the button. Just wipe that away. And if you feel that it's still not right, you can also reposition it, just to make sure it's perfect. And I know a lot of people prefer not to use a screen protector on their device. They like the feel of real glass, and that's fine, but from my experience, the Skinomi protectors generally do feel pretty nice. They do feel like glass, so that's fine. Okay, so I've done that. I think it's a perfect fit, and I'm just going to let that set for a while, and we'll come back in an hour or two and we'll apply the carbon fiber skin. So I've applied my screen protector, as you can see here, and it's pretty shiny. There are no bubbles, no scratches. If there are any bubbles for your installation, they will be gone within a day or two. so just, you know, wait. You can also clean it with whatever cloth you have. It feels nice, it feels pretty smooth, like glass, and you can see here, let me just focus in on here, and you can see that the screen protector is, I think it's a decent fit. It would be nice if it was a bit bigger so it wraps around the edges just a tiny bit so you get that continuous smooth glass-like feel, but for the most part it feels quite nice and it looks really shiny, really nice. So I'm just going to put that down, and now we'll have a look at the carbon fiber pieces. So you get one piece here for the clasp, metal base at the end. You get one piece which wraps around the back, and then it wraps around the edges here. Before, when I was applying the screen protector, just make sure that it doesn't get into speaker holes. I forgot to mention that before. You get one piece for the front here. You don't get a piece for the button, which was pretty interesting because Skinomi usually provides pieces for even the tiniest of details, so it's interesting to know that there's not a cover for the button. And of course you get one piece for the top, the IR blaster. So we're going to start with the metal clasp. I don't really want to cover this, but I'm going to do it for the sake of the video. I think it looks better as metal, but for the sake of the video I will take this off like so. Well, you can see that that's already stuck to the paper, which is not good. There we go, no problem, took that off. And you're just going to carefully make sure it lines up and then stick it on. If it doesn't line up, you can always take it off and try it again. That's a benefit with these skins, so you have enough chances to make it line up. See, mine is not straight, so I can just take it off and try again. And if when you're done the edges sort of begin to curl up a bit, you can use a hairdryer and just gently heat the edges and push them down to make sure that they don't stick up again, which is also pretty useful. So I've done that. I think that looks pretty nice. It's got a nice metal trim around the edges and it doesn't curve up here, you can see that. Let me just push that down. Again, it's not bad. I won't take this off anyway because I like the metal look. I think it looks cleaner, a bit more elegant. But for the sake of the video, let me just show you. Carbon fiber. Looks nice. Definitely this is not going to get scratched. And yeah, it looks alright, I suppose. But anyway, that's that done. Next we will have a look at the top piece, the IR blaster. Let me just peel that off again. There we go. Like that. And this one you have to make sure that it lines up properly with the IR blaster, because that is important. There we go, I think that looks good. Just going to push down the edges and the sides here. And yeah, done. So it's pretty easy, it's pretty simple to apply these skins. That's not perfectly center, which is kind of annoying, but I'm just going to leave it. I think it looks fine. If I don't look at it, I won't notice that it's not in the center. So there we go. It looks nice. You can't really tell that it's carbon fiber until you sort of move it in the light, and then you get the nice pattern here. So you can see at the bottom nothing, and then at the top you get the nice carbon fiber, and it feels great actually. You can tell this is going to offer solid protection. So here, carbon fiber, and it doesn't interfere with the screen protector, which is nice. And then we'll have a look at the bottom. Let me just move these up, there we go. Bottom piece, let me just peel that off carefully. And there we go. I'm gonna make sure that lines up as well. It's actually a lot easier to do this in person, but I'm doing this in front of a video camera, so that does get in the way. But you can see, again, not perfectly center. I suppose it could be better, but it looks nice and I'm quite pleased with that. It looks pretty cool. And you do not get a skin piece for the button here, which is pretty interesting because they usually do provide a piece for even the tiniest piece, button or covering. They had one for the SD card slot of another phone and the micro SIM slot, which is like literally a tiny strip of carbon fiber, so I'm not sure why they didn't do it for the button. And you can still see the button is pressable, clicky, responsive, the skin doesn't get in the way, and it looks pretty nice, pretty cool. And now of course the back piece, and this is going to be a bit difficult because this is one continuous piece which curves around the edges, so you need to make sure that is done properly. So wipe at the back, clean that up. Now with the Gear Fit I reviewed quite a while back, the Skinomi skin did not cover the heart rate monitor or the charging clips. It was a bit tight, so when you put the connector on, the skin started to get a bit damaged around the edges, so hopefully you won't have the same problem with the carbon fiber skin. The best way to do this would be to start with the main piece at the back here, and then just fold it around the edges. Don't start with the edge first, because that's a problem. And you also get this weird cutout here, which is for the microphone here on the edge. Let me just take that off. There we go. So you're going to make sure you align that with the screws at the bottom, and hopefully if that works. So I've done that, you can see. Push that down. I'm going to start with the right edge first, so just curve it around like so, very gently. Push that down, and then just straight all the way up. There we go, that looks good. It's not covering the clip area for the charging cradle, so that's nice, and then you get a nice finish. Here it is starting to sort of stand up. I might use a hairdryer to pat that down properly, because you can see I've not done a good job with that. Anyway, so push that down. Now for the other end, I need to make sure that the microphone is still open. And I just focus. So you can see that the microphone hole is still open. That's not getting in the way. Push that down. And there. That is done. So it only covers the bottom half, obviously, because that's where your charging connector would go, and when you're wearing this on your wrist, you don't want the heart rate monitor to get blocked. So all in all, I think that's a pretty easy installation. I mean, 5-10 minutes, I don't know how long the video is, but yeah, you can see. Let me just give you a quick, there we go. And you can see just at the bottom here, I have done a sort of a tacky job, so the corners are lifting a tiny bit. But if you have the same problem, you can use a hairdryer and just gently heat the edges. Put it on the lowest setting, you don't want to damage your device. So just do that, and there we go. Let me just clean the front. And there we go. Looks great. And you can see I've got a few micro bubbles on the screen protector, but they will disappear over time. It's usually about 2 to 3 days, and then everything will be gone completely. And that is the Gear 2 Neo, and I've applied the carbon fiber skin. I'll have the full review of this skin within a week, but that has been the installation video, and of course the clasp here. That has been my installation video. I hope it helped you with yours, and thank you for watching.